In this video, I am going to show you how to build a fully functional and feature-rich appointment booking website for professional service-based businesses. To make things more relatable, I am going to set up a coaching business, and together we are going to create a booking website where my clients and students can book appointments and schedule coaching sessions with me. This website is going to have outstanding features like automatic booking and appointment confirmation. Easily organize your calendar to ensure that there are no clashes between different appointments. Send out automatic emails and SMS notifications. Accept payments directly on your website using popular payment gateways and flexible payment plans to make it easier for your clients to complete their payments. Clients can even set up an account on the website where they can manage all the activities from their user dashboard. You also get to see a detailed analytics of how your business is performing in different areas. By the end of this video, you will have everything you need to be able to create the perfect appointment booking website. Now, over here, I have a brand new WordPress installation, and the first thing I'm going to do is to install a new theme. So come over to where you have appearance, click on themes, then add new theme. I am going to use the popular Astra theme because you can start using Astra for free and still get access to all the essential features you need. Plus, you can use Astra to create almost any type of website. So I have Astra over here. If it's not showing for you at the top, you can use the search box, search for Astra, and you should see this theme right here. So just go ahead and install it. After installing, I'll just activate it immediately. Now let's see what the website currently looks like. And at the moment, this is what we have. And from this point, we can basically start putting everything together. So the next step is to install all the plugins that I'm going to need for this website. Come over to plugins, click on add new plugin. The first plugin that we are going to install, which is like the most important plugin for this project, is the plugin that will handle the appointment booking functionality on this website. So over here, use the search box and just type in WordPress, and you're going to see a number of plugins, but this is the plugin that we are actually looking for. WordPress appointment booking plugin by WordPress. This plugin alone will handle all the functionalities you need around appointment booking on your website. This includes creating the different services that you offer, calendar management, receiving payment, and the best part is the free version of this plugin is already good enough to get you started. So just go ahead and install this plugin. The second plugin that we're going to install is Elementor. And Elementor is the page builder that we're going to use to create a nice and beautiful UI for the front end of our website. So just come over here and search for Elementor. And this is it, Elementor website builder. Go ahead and install it. And then I am also going to install this Elementor add-on called Essential Add-ons for Elementor. And this is basically going to give us some extra features that we can use with the Elementor page builder. So install this. Then the final plugin I'm going to install right now is Starter Template. And Starter Template basically makes starting your website project easier. You just need to find a template that fits the website you are trying to create, and then from there you can proceed to customize it. So this is Starter Template over here, or you can use the search box to search for it, but I already have it here, so I'll just proceed to install it. Now let's come over to plugins and activate all the plugins that we installed. Select everything and then bulk actions, click on activate, then apply. Now let's start by finding a template that we can use for our website. So I'm going to use the classic starter template option. Over here, you're going to find a lot of templates for different types of websites, and you can see everything is neatly arranged into different categories. Now that I'm creating a website for a coaching and consulting business, I'll just come over to professionals, and there's this consultant category. Click on it. Then I'll just look for a template that I can work with here. Let's say I'm going to pick this. Looks very simple. You can just preview it to see if it's something that you can work with. And the good thing is every part of the template is customizable. So you can change everything, images, the text, the fonts, and all of that. So I'll just click continue. You can start customizing it from here, but I'll just skip all of this part. I am going to also skip this step to select features. Then tell us a little about yourself. Just complete this form, select your experience level with WordPress, and then select if you are building the website for yourself or for your client. After entering all of these details, just go ahead and click submit and build my website. And in just a few seconds, starter template will put everything together before we proceed to the next step. All right, your website has been created successfully. Now, if we come over here and refresh this page, you're going to see that we have something that's way better than what we had initially. This is a better place to start from because your website already has structure and some demo content. Is just for you to start customizing it, swap out all demo content for your own original content, replace this with the image you want to use and all of those kind of stuff. Now I'll just click visit dashboard to go back to our WordPress dashboard. Before we do anything further on the front end of this website, first let's work on the appointment booking side of things because that's like the main purpose of this website. Hi guys, you might already know that making videos like this takes a lot of time and effort. That is why if you appreciate the value you are getting from this video and would like to support this channel, I want to ask you to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. You can just tell me what you think about this video. Also, if you want to see more of my videos, just hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications to get instant updates whenever I upload new videos. And with that out of the way, let's get back into the video. Remember earlier, we already installed the WordPress appointment booking plugin by MotoPress. So just come over to the plugin, and under this plugin, you are going to see multiple tabs: calendar, where you see all your appointments neatly organized into a familiar calendar. Then bookings, this is where you get to see all the bookings that you have. And the same for payment, you see all the payments that have been made on your website. But let's start working from the employees tab. This is where you can add the different service providers that you have in this business. So let's say you have different services and you have different experts offering those services. You can get to add them here. But currently, I am the only one running this coaching business. So I'll just add myself as an employee by clicking on Add New. For the title, you can just use the name of the employee, which is my name in this context. And then you can just add a short description, although this is optional. Then over here, you can select the employee user email. And this will basically give them access to details like their bookings, their schedule, payment, and all of those kind of stuff. If their email is not showing up here, you just need to add them as a user to the website. Then you can also add their phone number. Then over here, you can add the links to your social media profiles. So I'll click on Add New. For the label, I'm going to use YouTube. Also content, just use YouTube. And then paste your link to the platform. I already have the links right here. So I'll just copy the link for YouTube. And you can also add a CSS class just to help you customize it with CSS if you want. Then I'll also add Instagram and then copy the link to my Instagram profile, paste it here. And then finally, I'm going to add LinkedIn and then get the link to my LinkedIn profile and place it right here. Then if you need to add any additional information, you can just do that in this section. But I think I'm good with what I have right now. So I'll just go ahead and hit publish. Also, you can even add the employee image, which will look like, a profile picture on the website. So here you're going to see set featured image, and then I'll just upload the image I want to use. Then go ahead and click on save. Now over here, you can also see that employees can connect their profile to their Google account. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment, but I think I'm done with all the basic things I need to do here. So let's go back to our admin dashboard again. And if you need to, you can follow this same process to add multiple employees. And then the next tab that I'll have here is service categories. And this will allow you to organize the different services I offer into similar categories. Let's say I have a category for YouTube where I offer coaching services related to YouTube. You can also set the slot for it. And then if it's a subcategory, you can select the parent category right here. You can also enter a description, but I'll just go ahead and click on add new service category. And you can repeat this same process to set up multiple categories depending on the structure of your business. Let's say I can set up a new category on freelancing, on video editing, whichever, but I'll just have YouTube for now. Then let's move on to the next tab, which is service tags. This is where you can set up tags for your different services. I'll just add one tag for YouTube. And then let's move on to the locations. And here you can basically set up the location where the service delivery will be happening. I'm going to click on add new. And for me, everything will be happening online. So the coaching will be on Google Meet. So I'll just type in Google Meet. Let's say if the service you're offering has to be in person, you can enter the name of the location where it will be happening, maybe office or wherever. And then I'll come over to set featured image and upload an icon of Google Meet. Then click on set featured image. And now I'll just publish. Let's go back to our admin dashboard. You can follow this same process to add multiple locations. Let's say if the different services you offer will be happening at different places, you can add them here. And very soon, you are going to see how the locations will be useful during the booking process. Next, let's come over to schedules. For a system like this, it is very important for you to set your availability so that clients will know when to book you. And this is where you can get to do that. So I'm going to click on add new. I'm going to say schedule for Emmanuel, and then the employee just select myself, and then location Google Meet. Now this is the timetable. You can see the different days of the week. So you can click on add, and then the first day of the week, which is Monday, let's say I'm available for coaching from maybe 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays. So I'm going to select 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is 15. And then activity type, working hours, location, Google Meet, and then click on add. You can repeat the same process for Tuesdays. Let's say for Tuesday is still the same schedule, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., click on add. Wednesdays, the same schedule as well, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. But for Thursdays, I'm going to do, let's say, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then Fridays will be the same, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. But Saturdays and Sundays will be free days for me. Then you can also enter your off days right here, and then custom working days, you can set all of that up. But I'm good with this. I'll just go ahead and click publish. If you have multiple employees, you can follow this same process to set their availability. Now, the next tab is the services, and this is where you get to create the different services that I offer. Right now, I am going to focus on offering just one service, which is YouTube coaching. Maybe in the future, I will expand to other areas, but you can basically set up as many services as you want. And you can have a structure where different employees offer different services depending on the type of business you are running. So over here, I'm going to click on add new. Then I'm going to enter the title of my coaching program, which is YouTube Growth Accelerator. Then you can enter a brief description. Now over to the service settings. For the price, let's say the price is $199, and then the duration is 1 hour 30 minutes. And then you can also set service time interval. For this, I'm going to use the default value. You can also enter a buffer time before and after each appointment. Let's say if you need time to rest, prepare, and all of that. So buffer time before each appointment, I'm going to set it to 0. After each appointment, I want to have a 30 minutes break before the next one. Then you can set a minimum time period before the appointment when customers can submit a booking. Here, I'm going to use a minimum of 3 days and then a maximum of, let's say, 3 months. If you want to enable group booking so that multiple participants can book the same appointment, you can do that right here. But this is specifically a one-on-one coaching program, so I'm not going to check this. Then you can come over to the appearance section where you can set a unique color for each service. So let's say I'm going to use this color. Then for the employees, I'm going to select myself, and then deposit settings. Let's say if you want people to deposit a particular amount before they can book the service, if you want them to pay the full amount for the service, before scheduling an appointment, you don't need to touch the setting. But if you have an arrangement where people can pay a certain percentage or a fixed amount before booking, this way you can get to do that. Let's say I want people to pay 50% before booking and then the remaining 50% after the service has been offered. I'm going to set that here. And then you have the notification notices. This is useful for sending out notifications, but I'm not going to touch this right now. The final thing I'm going to do is to set a featured image for this service. So just come over to set featured image, upload the image I want to use, then go ahead and click on set featured image. Now I can just publish this service. We are almost done with setting this up. Now we can just come over to settings. Before settings, you have other tabs like coupons. This way you can create coupon codes. Let's say if you're offering special discounts, you can create coupon codes here. Then notifications, you can get to create different notifications, but we'll come back to this later. And then over to customers, here you get to see a list of your customers, and then analytics tab where you get to see a report of how your business is performing, revenue, reservations, and all of that. And then for shortcodes, if you want to display like the appointment form, employees list, service categories on a particular section of your website, you can generate a shortcode that you can use to do that. But we are going to use Elementor, so we might not necessarily need to use shortcodes. But if you are using, let's say, Gutenberg, then you can create shortcodes for these different items and add them to your pages. Now, let's come over to settings. You can set a default duration for your services. And then for the confirmation mode, you have three options: confirm automatically, or you can confirm manually as the admin, or you can confirm upon payment. So I'm going to use confirmation upon payment so that once people complete their payment, the appointment is confirmed automatically. Then you can also set the terms and conditions page. For this, you'll need to come over to pages and then set up your terms and conditions page, and then you can link that up. If you want to allow multi-booking so that clients can book multiple appointments at the same time, you can check this. You can enable use of coupons. Also, you can enable booking cancellation so that people have the option to cancel their bookings. And then you can set the booking cancellation page. The page it will take people to once they click cancel booking, and then booking cancel page, which is the page they'll be redirected to after they have canceled their booking. Maybe a page just to confirm that the booking has been canceled successfully. So I'm going to use the default, but you can set up your own custom pages and just use these shortcodes for that. Customer account creation, I'm going to give customers the option to set up an account on the website. And this is very useful for repeat customers so that it is easier for them when next they are trying to book an appointment. You can also set the customer account page. If you want to create a custom page, this is the shortcode that you use for that. But I'll just leave it on the default for now. Then over here, I'll just select the default currency, which will be US dollars, and then click Save Changes. Now you can come over to emails, and this is where you'll be able to customize the different emails that will be sent out to both the customers and you as the admin. Let's say when there's a new booking, when a booking is cancelled, when customers make a new booking, this is the email they'll get. When they create a new account, when they cancel their booking, and you can basically click on Manage and then customize the content of this email. The most important thing is to have this email notification enabled. And here you can see the different tags that will help you, with customizing the content of the email. But I'll just leave this the way it is right now. I'll come back at a more convenient time to customize these emails. But you can basically do the same for all the other emails. And then over here, you can customize the sender details, like the administrator email, the from email. This is the email your notifications will be sent from. And I recommend you use a custom email to help with deliverability. And then for the from name, I'm going to use my name. Then for the email template, you can add your logo URL, customize the footer text, and all of those stuff. You can even change the colors of the email template, the base color, the background color, the text color. After all of this, just go ahead and click on Save Changes. You can also come over to Notifications. Over here, we've already added the sender details for email notifications, but you can also send out SMS notifications by integrating with Twilio. And this is where you can get to set that up. Then if we come over to payment, here you are going to see the different payment methods that you can use. I am going to use PayPal, and that will require me to upgrade to the premium version of this plugin. So for now, let me enable test payment. So I'll click manage, then enable this payment method. I'll also enable sandbox mode, click on save changes. But as you can see, if you want, you can enable pay on site so that your customers get to pay whenever they get to the location for service delivery. You can also enable direct bank transfer if you have the premium version of the plugin Stripe PayPal. And then for the default payment method right now, I'll select test payment. We'll come back to fix PayPal in a moment. Then you can enter the time to complete the payment. The default time is 60 minutes, and I'm going to leave it that way. Then you can select pages for reservation received, failed transaction page. You can set all of that up right here. At this point, we have all the basic things we need to get everything working properly. So what I'm going to do now is to add the service to the front end of our website so that our customers can start booking their appointments. Come over to pages and then create a new page. So click on add new page. For the title of the page, I'm going to use book appointment, and then come over here where you have templates, select Elementor full width because we are going to use Elementor basically to make this page, and then just go ahead and publish it. I'm going to open this page in a new tab so that I'll be able to preview all changes we are making. I'm going to click edit with Elementor to open the Elementor page builder where we can add the appointment booking form to this page. So over here, what you just want to do, now you can add headings, you can add different stuff on this page, but I'm going to make it as simple as possible by bringing in a flexbox and then come over to widgets, just scroll down. You are going to see this section for widgets from the appointment booking plugin. So I'm going to drag in the appointment form. For now, let me just save this, publish. And if I come over here and refresh this page, at this stage, everything still looks very basic, but don't worry, we are soon going to customize it. So basically the way it works, once we come here, select the service category, the service, location, employee, they can go ahead and click on next. Then they'll see this calendar and then my availability, select the time, click on next. And here is just like a review of the booking details, click on next. And then they can fill in this form with their information before proceeding, to reserve their appointment. Of course, this is not exactly what you would like to ship to production. So let's go ahead and customize this page to make it look good and usable. Come back here to Elementor. You can start by entering a title for the form. I'm going to use book your appointment as the title. And you can see the title is going to show up at the top of the form. But if you don't want to have any title here, you can just leave this space blank. But I'm going to leave this title. Then you can select a default service. That means instead of your clients coming over here and having to manually select the service they want to book a reservation for, you can just set a default service to make the whole process easier. And since I'm only offering one service currently, it just makes more sense to have this selected by default. There is really no need to have that extra step. Next, you can either choose to show category or not. If the business you are making this website for has multiple categories, multiple services, then it makes a lot of sense to give clients the opportunity to select the category of the service they are looking for. But I'm not going to need that because I have just a single category. So I'm going to disable category. And now our form is more simpler. There's just the service, the location, and then the employee. Another really cool thing that you can do here is to set a custom label for each of the fields on the form. So for instance, for the service field, I'm going to use coaching program instead of just service because coaching program just sounds more relatable to what I'm doing right here. And then the location field, I'll use location. But the employee field, I'm going to use coach because coach sounds way better than employee in this context, then you can add a label for the unselected service and unselected option. Then over here, I'm going to select the default location, which is basically Google Meet, and then the default employee. And then time picker column count, I'm going to use 2 columns. This basically means the number of, let me show you. So if I just kind of come over to the next step on the booking form. So this is the time picker. And instead of having 3 columns, I want to have just 2 of them. Then if you want, you can show the time that the appointment is going to end. And then I'm going to leave add to your calendar turned on. This simply means after making their reservation, they'll see the option to add the appointment to like their Google Calendar. And this will reduce the chances of them missing the appointment, because even though you can send out email notifications, SMS notifications, it is just more helpful if it's right there on their calendar. So after doing all of this, I'm going to save the changes we've made so far. And now we can come over to style. And here you can adjust the width of your form. I'll just use percentage and maybe use 50%. And then the primary text color, you can use any color you want depending on your brand. I have all the colors that I'm going to use. For the primary color, just copy the color code and paste it right here. And we can do the same for the primary background color. So get this and place it right here. The next is secondary text color. I'm going to get this as well, which is actually the same with the primary text color. And then finally, the secondary background color. Copy the code and put it right here. While you are making all of these changes, we can just refresh this page to see what we have. So this is what the button looks like. And this is looking pretty good. I can come over and add some background color to the section itself. So I'm going to select the section and then probably increase the height. Let's say 760 pixels will do. And then maybe use justify content center. Right, I'm going to reduce the height, probably, let's say 700. Save this. Now I can come over to style and then use a classic background color. Just copy the color code I want to use for this and then just paste it right here. So this is looking more like what I have in mind. Actually, I'll just remove this title from the appointment form. I think it will be better that way. And let's see. This is looking better, but it seems the space at the top is too much. So what I'm going to do, just change the justify content to start and then add some padding to the top of the section. So unlink the padding and then maybe add a padding of, let's say, 100 pixels to the top. Yeah, I think this will do it. So let's just give you what we have quickly. And this is what we have now. And you agree with me that at this point, it is way better than what we started with. You can even decide to change the theme of the calendar. Let's say you don't like the way the calendar looks. You can come over to the appointment booking plugin again. So over here, click on settings and then come over to MISC. Here, you're going to see calendar theme and you can basically play around with the different themes that they have to see the one that works best for you. So maybe I'll just work with this. Let me try the dark theme and see. Okay, I think this is better for me. Material blue, that's the one I'm going to use. So let's say a client wants to book an appointment with me. They can come over here. The program is already selected by default, the location, the coach. They can click on next, and then they can select a date from the calendar that works for them. So let's say I'm going to use 26th, which is Friday. Then they can also select the time. Let's say 12:30 p.m. and then click on next. And here they're going to see like a review of the booking details, the program, the time, the date, the price, and all of that. And then they can proceed to click on next. Here they can enter their details, name, email, phone number, and if they have any booking notes, they can enter it here and then click on next. Now, this is the payment page. If they have a coupon code, they can enter the code right here, check the terms and conditions. They'll be required to pay 50%, which is the setting that I used, but they also have the option to pay the total price right now and then proceed and click reserve. You've successfully made a booking. Now, if I come over to my appointment dashboard, then go to bookings, you're going to see the booking details right here. This will also reflect on my calendar. So if I just switch over to month, and this is the new booking that just came in. And under the payments tab, you're going to see all the payments I have. And then they can also add this to their Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Outlook, or Yahoo Calendar. So that's super convenient. You're going to notice that the space under this information form is too small. So what I'm going to do is to add some padding to this section. Come over to Elementor again, select the section, and I'm going to add bottom padding of 100 pixels, which is the same with the top padding. And let's see what it will look like now. So just refresh and then select a date, select the time, click on next, next. And yeah, this looks better than the way it was before. At this point, everything is looking good, but there's just one main problem. You'll notice this blank space at the top of the booking section. Now, technically, this is not a blank space. This is the area for the menu of the website, just that it is not visible in this section because the color of the menu items, they are all white, but the background in this area is also white. This issue is because of the template that I'm using, so you might not have to deal with this. And there are different ways to fix this actually. There are plugins like Elements Kit that will allow you to create separate menus for different sections of your website. So you can create a separate menu for this section with different colors so that it is visible. But I have a more easy way to fix this, and I'm going to use a little bit of code. So I'll come over to my WordPress dashboard and install the WP code plugin. So come over to add new plugin. And over here, I'm going to search for WP code. And this is the plugin. Just go ahead and install it. This plugin will allow you to easily add code snippets to your website. So I'm going to activate it immediately and then come over to code snippet, click on add, and then add your own custom code. For the title, I'm going to use background color for appointment booking page. And then it is going to be a JavaScript code, but you can add code in different language, JavaScript, PHP, even HTML and CSS. So I'm going to select JavaScript, and not to waste a lot of time here, I'll just write the code, then explain it to you. This code is actually very simple. It will basically check if a user is on the appointment booking section of the website. And if that is true, it's going to select the menu element and then just change the background color so that the menu is visible on this section as well. So I'll just go ahead and enable this and then click on Save Snippet. Now let's try it out and see if it will work. I'll just refresh this page. So now you can see that our menu is visible because we have a dark background in this section. But if you check other sections of the website, nothing actually changes. Like the home page, there is no change. And this is simply because this code is only going to work on this section. So that's a very, very simple fix to this problem. Another thing that I want to show you is how to make the booking process way more easier, because the easier it is for your clients to book appointments, the more conversions you are going to have. Right now, you can see that this particular step is not really necessary because I'll not have to select the program, I'll not have to select the location, I'll not have to select the coach. But if you have a system where people have to select the location for the service, they'll have to select the employee or the instructor they want to work with, this section is really useful. But for me, they don't really need to do anything here, so I can remove this step completely. And I can do that by coming over to Elementor again, select the appointment booking form, and then just disable show service, show location, and show employee. Now, if I save this and then come over here, refresh, you see that we've skipped that step. If somebody wants to book an appointment, it will bring them straight to select the date and time, and then they can proceed to the next step and move on from there. So this is way more easier, and there's no need for unnecessary steps. The next thing I'm going to do is to actually link this booking form to other sections of my website. So let's say somebody comes over to the website, they'll click on let's work together. And if they click on this button, I want it to bring them over to this page where they can start the booking process. So what I'm going to do is to just copy the URL, or you can copy just the path, whichever one you want, and then come over to the home page. Here, I'm going to click edit page. I actually want to use Elementor to customize the page. So I'm going to click edit with Elementor and then just come over and try to select the button. But it looks like this template was made for the Gutenberg editor. So I cannot use Elementor to make the kind of changes I want to make. That means I'll need to go back and just use the Gutenberg editor. Here, click back to WordPress editor, click continue. And then I'm going to select the button. Then come over here where you have call to action, and you're going to see the space for link. I'm going to paste the link right here, and let's just save this. And let me go back to the home page again. Let's try to see if that works. So once people come to my website and they want to work with me, they can go ahead and click let's work together, and it will bring them over to the appointment booking section where they can choose a date, choose their time, click on next, and then proceed to complete their booking. I'll repeat this same process for all the other call to action buttons on the website. Select this, and then add the link to the appointment booking page. Then click on save. And now that we are here already, let's just go ahead and start customizing the homepage of our website. In order not to spend a lot of time here, I'm going to keep things really simple. So I'll just swap out the demo content for my own original content. I will not be making any changes to the format and the layout of the template. But when making your website, feel free to be very creative with the way you design your pages. You can even decide to create a brand new page from scratch. That's really up to you. So I'm going to come over here. And the good thing with the template that I have right now is that they are using a page builder called Spectra. And Spectra is just like Elementor, but for Gutenberg. So you can select the element you want to edit, and you're going to see an editor pop up by the side here that you can use to edit that particular element. So for instance, I can just take this and then change the name to my name, very simple. And then I can also change this text to helping you grow on YouTube. Also, I'm going to replace this text. So select it, and this is what I have. Whether you are just starting out or looking to refine your existing channel, our personalized coaching will provide you with the tools, strategies, and support you need to build a successful and profitable YouTube channel. Then we have the call to action button. We've already worked on this. We've added the link to the appointment booking form. And then I'm going to change the background image on this section. So what I've done is to create an image that is very similar to this. So I'm going to just select this and then come over to style. Here you see the background image. Just click on change image and then upload the image that I'm going to use. Then click select. This is looking good, but I'm going to just move it to the left a little bit. So increase the percentage on the left like this. I think this is better. Or you can just use, this position tool to drag your image around till it sits where you want it to be. But I just prefer using the numbers here because it is more precise. Now let's save all the changes we've made so far, and let's see what our website currently looks like. Okay, so this looking good. And then we can proceed to the next section. I'm going to remove this section completely because it does not fit into the context of my website. So just come over, delete, and do the same for all of this as well. and save. All right, so let's refresh and see what it looks like. This looking good, but the space here is too much. So I'll just try to reduce it by reducing the height of this section, or we can just bring in the spacer. So I'm going to remove the section completely and then click on this plus icon and search for spacer. So you get a custom widget that you can use to add space between different elements on your page. And then you can customize the height of the spacer. I'm going to keep it at 100 pixels. Let's see what it will look like. Come over, refresh. All right, so this is better. Now let me edit this area. So I'll come over. For the heading, I'm going to change this to program overview. And then I'm going to enter all the different topics we are going to cover during the coaching section. Like here, instead of motivation, I'm going to use branding. Then here, instead of vision, we use content strategy, or let's just say strategy. Then for this, I'm going to use video. Then instead of leadership, we'll have SEO, then community, and here we'll have analytics, monetization, and finally growth. Next, I'll need to bring in the description for each of these different aspects we'll cover. And then I'll also bring in the subheading to this section. So just come over to widgets again, and then heading, drag it over here, then paste in my text, and then I'm going to set the block to heading, and then just use maybe H4. I think this will do. Then I'm going to align text center, and yeah, so this is looking good. Let me save what we've done, and let's just have a quick preview of what this will look like. So we can proceed to the next section. I am going to remove this section completely because I don't want something like this on my website. So just select section and then go ahead and delete. So here I'm going to say, and I help, yeah, YouTube goals. Then also here I'm going to say, ensure your success on YouTube. Then I'm going to replace this text as well. And this button will probably lead to like the about page where they can get to learn more about me. So you can just click on the button, come over to call to action, and add the link to the about page of the website. So I can get that here, just copy link, paste it right here, and then click on save. Then I'll also bring in my image. So click on replace, upload. Let's say I'm going to use this. That's looking good. I'm going to remove this signature. I'll not be adding any signature, but I'm going to add some text here. All right, this is looking good. Let's save it. And then come over here, refresh. Then there's a section where you can add testimonials from your previous customers. So I'll just come over what clients are saying, start with this. Then I'm going to bring in the image for this client. So select it, under general, click on image, and then I'm going to click on change image. Then go ahead and upload the image for this client. So I'll just go ahead and repeat the same process for all the remaining testimonials. And there is just one section left on the home page, which is this call to action here. And for this, I'm going to say, if you have any question, feel free to email instead of calling. I'm going to use email and then enter the email address right here. And then also replace this text. And then I'm going to reduce the font size of this heading. So I'll come over, maybe reduce it to H3. Yeah, I think this looks better. And then let's save all the changes we've done. Now we can come over again, just refresh. All right, everything is looking good. And you just need to basically follow this same process to customize all the other pages that you have, like the about page, the services page. Actually, I'm going to remove the services page since I have just one service. There's no need to have a page like this for services. But if you have multiple services, then you can have this kind of page where you display all those services. Then your customers can get to pick the service they want to work with. And the appointment booking plugin comes with a widget that you can use to display all the services that you have. So let's say if I come over to Elementor and then widget, let's just scroll down to appointment booking again. And here you're going to see the different widgets that you can use: employees list, location list, service category, service list. So let's say if you want to display all the services that you have on a particular page or on a particular section of your website, you can just use this widget or generate a shortcode for it from your admin dashboard. You can also add employee image, and all of this other stuff. But I'm not going to need that. So I'm going to remove services from the menu. And to customize the menu of your website, you can just come over to your admin dashboard again. Then appearance, click on menus. And here you just want to select the menu that you are working with. We're working with the primary menu right now. And click select. Then go ahead and remove services. Just remove it. Click on save. And let's refresh and see. Now we have just home page, the about page, the contact page. I'm going to edit the about page and the contact page at a more convenient time for me. Then you can see social media icons here. You can link your social media profiles to your website using all of these icons. Also, I want this work with me button to redirect people to the appointment booking form. And to make all of those changes, just click on customize. Then come over to header builder, select the button. So I'm going to link the appointment booking form. So just come over here, copy the link, and then paste it right here, publish. Then we can go back, come over to social. So I'm going to change Facebook to YouTube instead, and then get the link to my YouTube channel. Just copy it and then just come over and paste. Also, I'm going to change the icon from Facebook to YouTube. That's looking good. And then just do the same for Twitter. Instead of Twitter, I'm going to use LinkedIn and then get the link to my LinkedIn profile and place it right here. Also change the icon, search for LinkedIn. And finally, Instagram, just copy the link to my Instagram page. We are good with all of this. Now let's come over to site identity and upload my logo. So I'll click on site title and logo settings. And I'm going to click on change logo and then just upload the logo I want to use. Select it, just skip cropping. And we can also scroll down. For the site title, I'm going to use the name of the coaching program as the site title. Now we can just go ahead and publish this. Also, I'm going to edit the footer of the website. So just click on it. The first thing I'm going to do is to remove this HTML element. And what this is, let me show you. This is the text that I have down here, powered by, so we really don't need that. So I'm going to remove it. And then I'm going to centralize this copyright text. So over here, I'm going to change the column to 3. That will have 3 separate columns. Then just drag this to the middle. Also, I'm going to remove these services widgets because we don't really need this. So just take it out. And then drag the quick links over here. Also drag the contact info to this column. And then I'm going to reduce the number of columns to 3. All right. Then I'll select this, click on got it. And then I can try to bring in, replace this text with my own text, also bring in my logo. Then we can publish all of these changes. The final thing I'm going to do here is to change this contact info to just my email address. We don't really need any office address, so I'll edit, just adding the email. And that's basically it with the footer. So let's go back to the website again, refresh. Everything is looking good and we are almost done, but there's just one very important thing that I need to do. So over here, let's say somebody wants to book an appointment. They'll click on let's work together, and then they can pick a date and time from the calendar, click on next, next, enter their details, click on next. But you can see that right now we don't have a payment gateway. So I want to add PayPal as a payment gateway so that whenever my customers want to book an appointment with me, they can easily use their PayPal or their debit or credit card to make the payment. So this is the final thing we need to do to complete this website. First of all, let me go ahead and close all of these tabs. Since we are done working with them, close this as well, and close this also. I'm going to exit to WordPress and then go over to my WordPress admin dashboard. Then come over to appointment settings. Under settings, come over to payments. Here you can see that there is PayPal as a payment method, but I'll need to upgrade to the premium version of this plugin in order to use PayPal. Also, you'll be able to use Stripe, direct bank transfer, and a lot of other benefits you get when you upgrade to premium. Like over here, you'll see other features that you'll get access to with the pro version of this plugin. Booking synchronization to Google Calendar. Employees will be able to see their appointment on their Google Calendar. Also, as the admin, you'll be able to add appointments manually on the back end of your website. So let's say you got an appointment outside your website, you can come over and set it up so that somebody else don't come over to the website and book an appointment for the same time. And then you can also set automatic notifications for your customers before and after their appointments. And of course, like I've already mentioned, you'll be able to use popular payment gateways on your website: direct bank transfer, Stripe, Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, and more of them will be coming soon. So if you want to get the pro version of this plugin, just check the description of this video. You're going to see this link right there. So just go ahead and click on it. And here you'll be able to buy the premium license for a one-time fee. And you can either buy for a single site if you have just one website, or if you manage multiple websites. Let's say you're an agency and you create websites for a lot of people, it makes a lot of sense to get a license for unlimited sites. After completing the purchase, you get your license key on the order receipt. So just go ahead and copy it and then come over to the plugin, and where you have license, and then go ahead and paste your license key. Then click on save changes. Then I'll go ahead and click on activate license and then come over to payments again. At this point, we should be able to use the payment method that we need. Okay, so it is still requiring us to upgrade to premium. So what I'm going to do is just download the plugin from the purchase receipt right here. So just click on this. After downloading, I'll come over to WordPress, then plugins, click on add new plugin. I'll just upload the premium version of the plugin I just downloaded, then go ahead and install. And I'll just activate it immediately. Then I'll just deactivate the free version, and let's come over and see settings and over to payments. Now PayPal is available for us to use, same with Stripe and direct bank transfer. I want to use PayPal, so I'll just come over here and click on manage and then enable this payment method. First, I'm going to use sandbox mode so that I can just test everything to make sure that the process is working properly. Then the title, I'll just leave it on Pay by PayPal. You can enter a description which your users will see during the checkout process. And then here you need to get your PayPal developer client ID. So you can just click on this link to get PayPal API credentials. Then I'll just click login to get your API keys. Over here, I'm going to click on create app. For the app name, I'll just use booking website and then type merchant and then go ahead and click on create app. After creating the app, you're going to see your client ID and your secret key. So I'm going to copy the client ID and then come over and paste it here and repeat the same for the secret key and then go ahead and click on save changes. By default, people will be able to make payments either with their PayPal account or with their cards, but you can also enable other payment methods like Apple Pay, Google Pay, and all of that. So I'll just come over here. Now let's come back to payments. Then here for default payment method, I'm going to set it to PayPal and then click on save changes. All right, so let's check and see. I'm going to try to book an appointment again. Let's see if our payment method is working properly. So select the date, also select the time, and then go ahead, click on next, enter the required details, proceed. And as you can see, guys, we now have Pay with PayPal as a payment method on the checkout page. So if I click on the terms and conditions, I can either pay with my PayPal account or using my card. Let me check. I want to pay the total price, and then I'm going to use the debit or credit card option. I am going to use these test card details. So just come over, place in the card number, and then repeat the same for the expiry date and the code. So the payment was successful. That means our payment gateway is working perfectly. At this point, this website is feature complete. Users can start coming over here to book their appointment. In addition to using a custom payment gateway, there are a lot of other stuff that you can also do with the premium version of this plugin. For instance, you can send automatic email notifications to your customers before and after their appointments. So if you come over to notifications, here you can click on add new and then give the notification a name. Let's say appointment reminder. The notification type, I'm going to use email, but if you want to send out SMS, then you need to connect with video. For the trigger event, there are a number of options that you can use. Booking place, that means after a customer makes their booking, they get the email, or when they cancel their booking, when they complete the payment. You can basically set different email notifications for all these important events, because it is very important that as customers are taking action on your website, they get like a kind of feedback to confirm what is going on. Also, you can use before and after appointment. Then trigger details. Let's say I want to send this reminder a day before the appointment. So I'm going to use 1 day before. Or let's say you want to send like a thank you message after the appointment, then you can use after. Then you can set the sending time. And for the recipient, you want to go with customer, or if this notification is for the employees, you can select employees or the admin, whichever one. Or you can even use custom contact and then add the custom email address you want to send this to. But I want to send this to just the customers. So I'm going to select customer right here. And you don't need to bother about their emails, because WordPress will get all the required information automatically. Then over here, you can enter the subject, the header, the content of the message, and you can see the different tags that you can use. Remember, when we're setting up a service, we had this notification notice 1 and notification notice 2 fields. So let me show you that. If I come over to services, and then let's say try to edit this and just scroll down, you're going to see this field for notification notice 1, notification notice 2. So whatever you enter here will be, the message that will show up where you have these tags. So you can just go ahead and customize the content of your email and then click on create to publish it. And you can also send test notification to see if everything is working. So WordPress allow you to conveniently send out emails from your website without needing any third-party email service. And this can really help you save a lot of money, because sending out emails can be really expensive sometimes. Also, with the premium version of this plugin, you can schedule appointments manually from the backend of your website. So let's come over to bookings, and here I can add new booking. So you can proceed to enter the booking details like the price, if there's a coupon code, the services. So you can click on add more, select the service category, select the service, the location, and the employee. Click on next, and then you can select the date and the time and then add payment, then add the customer information, the name, email, phone number, and if there's any booking note, and then you can proceed to click on create. Now, the final thing that I'm going to show you before we close this video is how to integrate Google Calendar with your platform so that employees can have their appointments synchronized with their Google Calendar. That way, they will not have to log into the back end of their employee dashboard before they see all the appointments and the bookings that they have. And to do that, you can come over to settings, then integrations. Here, I'm going to open Google Cloud Console. And if you don't have a Google Cloud account, you can just create one for free very easily. And what I'm going to do right now is to add a new project. And for the project name, I'm going to use booking website and then go ahead and click on create. Make sure this project is selected and then come over to library. Here, just scroll down. You're going to see Google Calendar API. This is what we're looking for. Select it and then enable this API. Now you're going to see this prompt that says to use this API, you may need credentials. So just go ahead and click on create credentials. And then which API are you using? I'm going to select Google Calendar API. Here, select user data, then click on next. Now for the app information, I'm going to use booking website as the app name. Then user support email, select my email. App logo is optional. Developer contact information, you can just enter email address and then click save and continue. The next step, scopes, is optional, so I'm going to skip that. And then for the OAuth client ID, I'm going to use web application. And for the authorized redirect URL, just come over to the booking plugin again. You're going to see this URL, just copy it and then paste it here. Now click on create. All right, now we can just go ahead and click done. So come over to credentials and select this particular application. Over here, you're going to see your client ID and your client secret. So copy the client ID and then paste it right here. So we can go ahead and click save changes. And now we should be able to connect employees booking schedule with their Google Calendar. So just come over to employees, then click edit. You are going to see this option that says connect to calendar. I'm going to click on it. Select the Google account you want to use. Okay, Google is saying access blocked, and that's because I forgot to publish the app. So I'll come over here, then OAuth consent screen. Here, you're going to see the option to publish your app. Just go ahead and publish, confirm. And let's try it again. Click connect to calendar, select the Google account. Here, just click on advanced and then continue. Continue again. All right, so you can see employee Google Calendar connected. That means everything is working perfectly. And anytime there is a new appointment, let me just book one final appointment just to show you that it will be synchronized with my calendar immediately. Click on next, next, and then complete the payment. And now if I just open my calendar, you're going to see that we have the appointment showing right here in my Google Calendar. And this is so cool because like 30 minutes before the time, I'll get a push notification on my phone that I have an appointment for this time. And basically at this point, we have everything we need for this website working perfectly. All the features complete. That means you are ready and all set for business. Your customers can come over and start booking appointments with you. And if there's any point you would like me to cover in another video, just let me know in the comment section. But that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section. I'll be there answering your questions. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.